Under the cloak of a stormy night, rain drenches Paris as Jacques de Molay, the last Grand Master of the Knights Templar, faces his execution. Bound tightly to a stake on the Seine's bank, de Molay stands defiant as flames begin to rise, casting eerie, dancing shadows across the slick cobblestones. A hushed murmur sweeps through the crowd, their faces illuminated by the flickering firelight, a mix of fear and morbid fascination etched upon them. Unflinching amidst the roaring flames, de Molay turns his gaze towards the imposing silhouette of Notre Dame, a beacon in the tempestuous night. With unwavering resolve, his voice cuts through the night, resonating with ancient power and ominous prophecy. Within the ashes, we shall return. Deep in the crypt of Montségur, Dr. Alaric Voss leads his team, their flashlights cutting through the oppressive darkness. The ancient limestone door crumbles, revealing a chamber filled with stale air and forgotten secrets. Faded on the walls, the red cross of the Templar stands as a silent testament to a bygone era. Custodes lucis aeterni, guardians of the eternal light. The narration echoes in the silent crypt. Descending into the chilling depths of the crypt, Alaric's flashlight pierces the oppressive darkness, its beam jittering across the slick, ancient stone. He seeks the Seraph's tear, a crystal whispered to hold an angel's soul, a beacon of hope in this subterranean despair. His light stumbles upon a sarcophagus, its stones scarred by a violent breach from within, a silent testament to ages of tormented imprisonment. The air hangs heavy with the scent of damp earth and forgotten prayers, as Alaric's heart pounds against the silence. The cracked sarcophagus looms, a dark omen in the flickering light, promising revelations and ancient perils. A bone-chilling cold settles over the crypt as the team ventures deeper, their breaths misting in the frigid air. The heavy scent of burnt incense permeates the ancient tunnel, a ghostly aroma clinging to the damp stone. Each step echoes eerily as they navigate the darkness, the air thick with anticipation and dread. Ancient iron chains, hanging unseen, clink softly, their subtle music a haunting reminder of forgotten rituals. Shadows dance menacingly, playing tricks on the eye as the team presses on, drawn by the crypt's dark secrets. The air in the crypt hangs heavy and cold, each breath a visible ghost in the dim light. Elise, her eyes sharp and alert, pauses, a sense of unease etched on her face. "Do you hear that?" she whispers, her voice barely audible in the oppressive silence. A faint, rhythmic sound begins to permeate the crypt, a haunting undercurrent to the stillness. The chanting grows, ancient Latin words echoing off the cold stone walls, filling the space with an eerie presence. Elise's eyes widen, a mix of fear and morbid curiosity flickering within as the chanting intensifies. The crypt air hangs thick, a cloying mix of old stone and burning wax, pressing down on everything within. Unseen candles cast long, dancing shadows that writhe across the damp, cold walls. The chanting swells, a haunting echo that vibrates through the ancient stones. Non nobis Domini, sed nomini tuo de gloriam. The voice is in tone, their words a chilling prayer in the suffocating darkness. The team steps into a vast chamber, the air thick with anticipation and the scent of old stone. Hundreds of flickering candles cast dancing shadows, revealing the chamber's immense scale. The air shimmers with an unseen energy, a palpable hum resonating through the space. At the center stands a marble altar, its surface scarred by time and marked with age-old stains. The altar radiates a silent, ancient power, drawing the team closer into its enigmatic presence. Within the silent chamber, an ancient altar stands as a stark testament to forgotten rituals. Resting upon the altar, a skull commands attention, a haunting relic of ages past. A rusted Templar helm crowns the skull, a grim reminder of battles fought and lost. The skull's empty eye sockets emit a faint, ethereal blue glow, piercing the gloom. The eerie light pulses gently, hinting at secrets and powers that lie dormant within the ancient bones. Inside the chamber, Alaric extends a trembling hand into the frigid air, his breath misting before him. The temperature plummets, visible frost crawling along the stone walls, an unnatural winter seizing the room. Candles flicker wildly, casting frantic shadows that dance and writhe as if alive, mirroring the growing dread. The skull's ancient jaw begins to move, a silent scream about to break the stillness of centuries. A lone ray of light pierces the suffocating gloom of the chamber, illuminating swirling dust motes dancing in the stillness. The air hangs thick and heavy, saturated with the cloying scent of decay and forgotten ages. Dominating the chamber, a massive, ornate skull rests upon a weathered pedestal, its presence imposing and ominous. The skull's empty sockets seem to bore into the depths of one's soul, radiating an ancient, unknowable power. A chilling echo reverberates through the chamber as the skull speaks, its voice resonating with the weight of centuries. "You should not have come." The skull's pronouncement hangs in the air, a stark warning delivered with unwavering authority. The oath still binds us. Inside the chamber, Elise reels backward, her eyes mirroring a terrifying blend of fear and utter bewilderment. Her breath hitches, and she struggles to find her voice amidst the oppressive silence. A flicker of defiance sparks within her fear-filled gaze as she attempts to comprehend the unfolding horror. The unspoken question hangs heavy in the air, a desperate plea for understanding. "What oath?" she finally whispers, the words barely audible against the backdrop of the looming chamber. Inside the chamber, an ancient skull slowly turns, its empty sockets fixing on an unseen presence. Flickering candlelight casts eerie shadows that dance and writhe across the cold stone walls. The skull seems to emanate an otherworldly chill as it guards its silent domain. A profound stillness fills the chamber, broken only by the whisper of unseen forces. The skull speaks, its voice a chilling echo, to guard what was never meant to be found. Its words hang in the air, a promise and a threat, binding it to its eternal vigil. Pitch-black silence envelops the chamber, a void where nothing exists. Suddenly, Alaric's flashlight stabs through the darkness, revealing ancient walls that seem to breathe. Edged carvings begin to bleed, their lines blurring like ink in water, a macabre dance of stone and shadow. The dissolving patterns coalesce, twisting into a grotesque image of unfathomable horror. An eye, vast and lidless, surrounded by wings of shadow, dominates the chamber, a silent, terrifying sentinel. From the cold stone floor, spectral figures begin to rise, their presence chilling the already frigid air. Knights clad in tarnished armor emerge, their forms seeming to absorb what little light penetrates the chamber's gloom. Faint, eerie glows flicker from behind their visors, like dying embers in the encroaching darkness. Ethereal light shimmers along the edges of their ancient swords, hinting at powers beyond mortal comprehension. Elise's scream shatters the silence of the ancient stone chamber, her terror echoing off the cold walls. Before her, a ghostly knight materializes, his form shimmering with an ethereal light, a specter of ancient power. The knight's spectral eyes fixate on Elise, his presence radiating menace and an otherworldly chill. His voice, a chilling echo from the past, cuts through the air. "You are trespassers." The chamber seems to darken as the ghostly knight delivers his ominous pronouncement. "And the curse of the covenant is upon you." Deep within the chamber, a tremor runs through the very stones, cracks spiderweb across the ancient stonework, signs of an unseen, immense pressure. The air vibrates with a low, primal resonance, an echo from forgotten ages, an ancient sound, like the breath of a sleeping god, emanates from behind the altar. The chamber pulsates with growing dread. In the chamber's heart, a tall figure emerges from the shadows, its presence commanding and ominous. Torn, crimson cloth clings to its form, hinting at battles fought and allegiances sworn. Glimpses of armor beneath the tattered fabric reveal a Templar cross, etched deep into the metal. The figure's face remains an enigma, concealed behind a helm of bone and silver. The chamber holds its breath, the figure's silence amplifying the weight of its hidden identity. Within the chamber, a mysterious figure emerges, their presence commanding and enigmatic. Held delicately in the figure's hand, a crystal pulses with light, appearing as a vibrant, beating heart. The crystal's glow casts an ethereal radiance, illuminating the chamber with otherworldly light. The pulsing light intensifies, hinting at the immense power contained within the crystal. Deep within the chamber, shadows waltz across the cold, ancient stone walls, each flicker hinting at untold secrets. The air hangs heavy, thick with a palpable anticipation that tightens the chest. Barely visible in the dim light, Alaric's silhouette emerges, a figure consumed by destiny and shadowed by doubt. His eyes, like burning embers, pierce through the gloom, fixated on something unseen, something precious. A reverent whisper escapes his lips, breaking the silence of centuries. The Seraph's tear. The very stones seem to hold their breath, awaiting the revelation of this long-sought treasure. In the echoing chamber, shadows dance as a lone figure stands motionless. A slow, deliberate turn begins, the air thickening with anticipation. The figure fully turns, revealing an expression that chills the very soul. 1,000 whispers rise, a cacophony of voices crying out in unison. The chamber vibrates with unseen energy, every corner resonating with the eerie chorus. Dust motes swirl in the lone beam of light, illuminating an ancient, silent chamber. A figure stands shrouded in darkness, its face hidden, an enigma in the heart of the chamber. The figure's voice echoes through the chamber, a warning laced with profound mystery. You seek the light, but you know not what it burns. The shadows deepen, concealing the figure further as the chamber awaits its next fateful turn. The crystal pulses with increasing intensity, its light washing over the chamber in waves of ethereal brilliance. A flood of visions overwhelms the senses. Ancient battles rage in Jerusalem, painted in fire and shadow. Rivers of blood flow, reflecting the tragic history of mankind. Angels weep, their sorrowful tears echoing the pain of ages within the illuminated chamber. Alaric's eyes widen in horror, his face a mask of disbelief and dread. The chamber floor is littered with the bodies of Templars, their forms twisted in unnatural poses, bearing witness to a power beyond human comprehension. They were not slain by mortal hands, but by something divine, a retribution for their betrayal. The very air crackles with unseen energy, a palpable force that hums with righteous fury. The chamber pulses with ethereal light, revealing a vision of divine agony. An angel, a being of celestial grace, is cruelly bound by heavy chains. Its radiant form struggles against its restraints, a beacon of defiance in the oppressive darkness. Rage emanates from the angel, an almost unbearable intensity that scorches the very air. The vision intensifies, highlighting the stark contrast between the angel's celestial nature and its earthly confinement. Even as the vision fades, the lingering echoes of the angel's rage resonate deeply within the chamber. Inside the dimly lit chamber, Elise's grip tightens on Alaric's arm, her knuckles white against the dark fabric. Her eyes dart around the chamber, fear etched deeply into her face. A desperate plea escapes her lips. "We have to go." Alaric turns, his expression a mix of concern and urgency as he looks at Elise. The air in the chamber grows heavy, charged with unspoken danger. Elise pulls harder, her silent urgency a stark warning. Within the chamber, a circle of spectral knights materializes, their ethereal forms radiating an eerie light. The air thickens, pressing down with the weight of ages as the knights close in. An oppressive stench fills the room, a metallic tang of old iron mingling with the cloying sweetness of incense. Each knight stands as a silent sentinel, their spectral eyes burning with an ancient, unwavering purpose. The very stones of the chamber seem to absorb the light, plunging the scene into a deeper, more menacing gloom. Within the chamber, Alaric steps forward, his figure a silhouette against the dim light. A tremor betrays the depth of his emotion, the air heavy with unspoken accusations. His voice, though firm, carries a weight of disappointment and disbelief. Alaric's eyes search the faces before him, seeking a flicker of recognition or remorse. "You were protectors of God's light," he declares, his words echoing in the silent chamber. His question hangs in the air, a challenge and a lament. What have you become? Within the silent chamber, a knight stands motionless, an ancient crystal clutched in its armored hand. The crystal, smooth and enigmatic, catches the faint light, casting subtle reflections across the knight's impassive form. A slight tilt of the knight's head breaks the stillness, an almost imperceptible movement that hints at sentience. The polished surface of the crystal mirrors the chamber's dim interior, a distorted echo of forgotten grandeur. A voice, resonant and tinged with sorrow, emanates from the knight. "What all guardians become when the world forgets them." The knight laments, its words hanging in the air like a mournful echo. In the heart of the chamber, a knight stands resolute, an ancient crystal clutched in their gauntleted hand. The knight presses the crystal firmly against the cold steel of their chestplate, a silent act of defiance or hope. A sudden, blinding light erupts from the crystal, bathing the chamber in an ethereal glow. The light intensifies, consuming every shadow and corner of the chamber in its radiant embrace. The air crackles with energy as the chamber transforms into a beacon of pure, untamed light. The knight stands amidst the radiant burst, a silhouette against the overwhelming power unleashed within the chamber. In the echoing chamber, Alaric collapses to his knees, his body racked with unseen pain. His hands fly to cover his face, a futile attempt to shield himself from the torment within. An invisible fire seems to consume him, a silent scream etched on his face. His soul burns, an agony only he can perceive, leaving him broken and defeated on the cold stone floor. Alaric's eyes flutter open, a dawning awareness replacing the darkness. The chamber vanishes, replaced by the stark reality of crumbling stone and ancient secrets. He stands amidst the ruins of Montségur, the weight of history heavy in the air. The first rays of the morning sun pierce the horizon, casting long shadows across the desolate landscape. Amidst crumbling ruins, desolation hangs heavy as he realizes his team has vanished. The relic, once within his grasp, is now lost to the ages. A haunting silence descends, broken only by the whisper of wind through broken stones. His gaze falls upon the earth, where only a faint scar remains. The mark of a red cross sears into the soil, a mocking reminder of what he has lost. Defeated, he stands alone amidst the ruins, the weight of failure crushing his spirit. Weeks later, in his Paris apartment, Alaric is consumed by images from the crypt. He stares intently at the photos, his face etched with frustration. The photographs reveal nothing but cold, unyielding stone. Each picture offers no clue, no hint of what he seeks. Alaric's hope dwindles with each fruitless examination. The weight of his unanswered questions bears down on him in the dimly lit room. A photograph sits amidst the clutter of the apartment, its image holding a silent, watchful secret. Barely visible, a shadow lurks in the background of the photograph. The chilling silhouette suggests a figure clad in a Templar helm. The helm's stark outline hints at a history steeped in mystery and ancient power. The photograph whispers tales of hidden connections and long-forgotten orders. Night falls, and within the silent apartment, a haunting echo begins to stir the stillness. The chant returns, its faint cadence weaving through the shadows, a specter in the quiet. It seeps into the edges of sleep, a disquieting whisper against the dark, a voice barely there, yet persistent. Non nobis Domini. The ancient words linger, stirring unease in the solitude of the apartment. Closing my eyes, the darkness pulses with the memory of the crystal, a spectral vision of the crystal, suspended in the inky void. The crystal glows, an ominous beacon in the silent darkness, waiting, always waiting. The crystal's silent promise of power lingers. Across the French countryside, night descends, cloaking the ancient stones in deep shadows. The wind howls a mournful dirge, tearing through the overgrown weeds clinging to the crumbling walls. Darkness pulses as racing clouds obscure the moon, casting fleeting shadows that dance and writhe. The landscape is a canvas of gloom, where every gust of wind whispers tales of forgotten times. A sliver of moonlight pierces through, briefly illuminating the desolate scene before being swallowed again by the storm. The French countryside at night becomes a haunting symphony of wind and shadow, its secrets buried deep within the ancient stones. Moonlight casts an eerie glow over the ancient ruins, where time and war have left their indelible marks. Forgotten swords lie half-buried in the weathered stone, their surfaces glinting like fallen stars under the moon's silent gaze. The air is thick with the whispers of battles long past, a haunting reminder of valor and loss. Shadows dance among the crumbling walls, giving life to the stone and secrets to the night. Each sword tells a silent story of a warrior's last stand, a testament to courage against insurmountable odds. The scene is a somber ballet of light and shadow, where history sleeps beneath the watchful eyes of the moon. Dim light filters through cracks in ancient stone, revealing dust motes suspended in the still air. Shadows cling to the corners of the hidden place, obscuring details, yet hinting at secrets untouched by time. An enduring sense of mystery permeates the scene, suggesting the Templars' ancient presence. A voice echoes through the chamber, narrating the passage of time. In the hidden places of the world, the Templars' oath endures. A single ray of light pierces the gloom, illuminating dancing dust motes in an unknown location. Faded tapestries hang forlornly on the walls, their once vibrant colors muted by time and neglect. The heavy scent of decay permeates the air, a testament to forgotten ages. In the echoing silence, a voice resonates with solemn finality. They no longer guard relics, nor gold, nor knowledge. The narrator intones a lament for lost purpose. Oppressive darkness blankets an unknown location, heavy with the weight of unseen entities. A solitary shaft of light pierces through, revealing dust motes suspended in the stillness. The light etches the barest outline of the scene, hinting at forms just beyond perception. An ethereal voice echoes from the void, a warning and a promise. They guard the line between light and shadow. The dust motes dance, swirling as if disturbed by the words, the unseen presence growing more palpable. Darkness blankets the scene, heavy and absolute. A palpable sense of dread permeates the air, chilling the senses. The faintest whisper of wind stirs through the black void, a haunting sigh. A voice echoes from the unseen, a chilling prophecy. And the moment that line is crossed, they rise again. The darkness seems to deepen, responding to the narrator's ominous words. Under the cold gaze of the moon, dust and shadows waltz among the ruins, where skeletal remains of buildings pierce the night sky. The wind howls a mournful dirge, its eerie song weaving through broken archways and whispering forgotten tales. The ruins stand as silent witnesses, their stories etched in every crumbling stone. A whisper snakes through the desolate expanse, carried on the wind's breath, a promise echoing through time. The air is thick with the scent of decay and the ghosts of memories haunting the shattered landscape. Echoes of the past reverberate as the narration cuts through the silence. Within the ashes, we shall return. In the dim light of his apartment, Alaric is consumed by research, shadows dancing across his face. Ancient books about the Templars are strewn across the table, their pages filled with forgotten secrets. He pores over the texts, each page a piece of a puzzle he desperately needs to solve. Alaric's brow is furrowed, his mind racing as he connects the cryptic clues. Running a hand through his disheveled hair, he fights against the encroaching darkness of the night and the weight of his quest. Bent over the ancient text, his brow furrows deeper with each passing moment, the weight of arcane knowledge heavy in the air. The brittle pages whisper secrets of a ritual, each word promising power and hinting at unimaginable peril. His finger traces the diagrams, each line a pathway to either salvation or destruction. A creeping dread washes over him, the consequences of failure looming like a specter in the dim light. The air grows colder, an unseen presence stirring as the ritual's power begins to coalesce. A silent anticipation fills the room, the promise of the unknown hanging heavy as the final steps approach. Amidst a storm of scattered books and maps, Alaric stands, the weight of discovery etched deeply into his weary face. His fingers trace the ancient symbols etched into the walls, each groove a whisper from a forgotten age. The room is filled with the echoes of secrets, each object seemingly pulsating with untold stories. A slow realization dawns, casting a shadow over his features as he comprehends the Templars' tragic fate. In guarding their secrets, the Templars became prisoners of their own rigid beliefs, trapped within the walls of their own making. Rain slicks the ancient cobblestones as Alaric walks through the night-veiled streets of Paris, his silhouette a lonely figure against the wet gleam. Each neon sign casts a lurid glow on his face, revealing eyes haunted by sorrow and a past he cannot escape. The vision of the Seraph's tear consumes him, a relentless phantom clinging to his soul like the damp, chilling air of the Parisian night. He walks on, a solitary wanderer lost in the labyrinth of memory and regret, each step echoing in the silence of his personal torment. Under the watchful gaze of the moon, he stands before the imposing Notre Dame, its ancient stones cloaked in shadow. The weight of centuries bears down on him as echoes of de Molay's final words reverberate in his thoughts. A deep sense of responsibility settles upon him, heavy as the stones around him. He steels himself, the solemn vow to keep the relics safe hardening his resolve. In the dimly lit apartment, a single desk lamp casts long shadows across Alaric's cluttered workspace. Alaric is hunched over ancient texts and scattered notes, his face a mask of fierce determination. The air is thick with the scent of old paper and the weight of forgotten lore. Nearby, the Seraph's tear rests in its protective case, a beacon of ethereal light in the gloom. Its soft glow bathes the room in an otherworldly luminescence, hinting at untold power. Alaric's intense focus remains fixed on his research, the gem's radiant energy a silent companion. The first light of dawn bathes the ancient stones of Montségur in a soft, ethereal glow. Alaric stands amidst the ruins, his weathered face etched with sorrow and an unyielding resolve. His eyes, deep pools reflecting the dawn, survey the scene with a mixture of pain and steely determination. He braces himself, ready to confront the ghosts of history that linger in the stones. The uncertainties of the future loom before him, a stark challenge against the backdrop of ancient ruins.